Good morning. I've got a couple things to run by you this morning or this week. The first is I have been kind of going through a series on real estate compared to other asset classes. I've covered stocks, I've covered cryptocurrency, I've covered business. I haven't covered things like art, collectibles, things like that. I have covered gold as well. I also haven't covered things like insurance, and there are some benefits to that. The reason I'm not covering those is they're not as common. So if you do want me to go into those, I'm happy to do so. Just let me know, because it takes time and energy, and I want to make sure I'm doing a good job for people to bring value to people rather than something that doesn't provide value. I'm not going to waste my time on that. The second thing that I want to mention here is with that series, I wanted to end it with, what is the best investment? Because this is a question that I get constantly, is, Mark, what would be the best investment? If I've got $10,000 or $20,000, what's the best investment to start off with? And I've got a very, very specific answer for you. It's not real estate and it's not business, even though I've raved about those. This is my personal opinion. My personal opinion is the best investment you can make is in yourself, in your own education, in your own knowledge. The more you educate yourself, the better you are able to make decisions for yourself, where you don't have to trust a broker, you don't have to trust me, you don't have to trust a real estate agent or a coach or somebody else. The best thing you can do is to learn for yourself. You've heard the phrase, you can give a person a fish and you feed them for a day, or you teach them how to fish and you'll feed them for the rest of their lives. And I really think that way. When you become a master of this information, of this knowledge, of this ability to invest your money and receive a great return for yourself, you're going to be better off than anything else. And you know what? I'm going to go back now and think about all of the different series, the different topics I've talked about. Whether you get into real estate or insurance or art or hockey cards or gold or crypto or whatever it is, stocks, no matter what you choose, in the end, become a master of it yourself. Increase your knowledge base. I'm not talking about listening to a podcast 5 times. I'm not talking about investing a few hours of your time or energy or reading a couple of books. I'm saying, if you truly want to become a master of your finances, invest heavily in it. Invest $10,000 or $20,000 in your own education with legitimate people who are going to help you along the way. And as you do that, whatever range you choose, you will do far better in it with a knowledge base than without knowledge. Period. And you know what? Then you can choose a bunch of different areas. People have made gold, or people have made money in gold. People have made money in stocks. People have made money in art or hockey cards or real estate or business or whatever. So the best investment you can make, in my opinion, and I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in my own education. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Now, I'm going to use that or I'm going to piggyback on that to move into another topic, and that is that I've been working with a friend for about 6 months now on developing a program, and it's not ready yet, but developing a program for families on financial education. It's so crazy to me that we learn about these crazy graphs in math. I remember math 20 and math 30 and going through these things and being so confused at, like, why are we learning this stuff? What is the practical advantage of learning this? Of course, simple math is absolutely vital. And you know what? Even more complex math can be super valuable. It's valuable to learn logic. It's valuable to learn biology, simple biology, because we can understand so much more of life. But there's a lot of complex stuff in school that we learn that is next to useless unless we are in a very specific field. Unless we're in a very specific field. We don't need a massive amount of knowledge. Coming back to education, right? Learn in the area that you're going to be good at. So if you want to be a neuroscientist, great. Now is when you get into more specific education. But what we don't do is we don't cover money in school. The only thing I learned about money throughout all of my grade school, grade 1 to grade 12, was that there's such a thing as compounding interest and it's good. That's it. Didn't know how to use it, didn't know how it actually worked, but I heard that it was good. That's basically it, which is crazy because I use money every day. it impacts my life in a massive way on a consistent basis. And so not to learn about that puts me at a disadvantage. And I'll use an example. To me, money is a tool. It's just a tool. It's not good, it's not evil, it's a tool. So like I often have my water bottle. I was looking around for it right now, but my water bottle, if I use my water bottle to beat people over the head and kill people, it's full of water, it's like 1.2 liters or something. If I bash it over the head and kill people with it, it's not the water bottle that's evil. It's my actions that are not okay. And if I use that water bottle to take to the desert and to give people water and allow them to live, it's not the water bottle that is wonderful. It's just a tool. It's not good or bad on its own. It's a hunk of metal that you can store stuff in. It's a tool. Now, if I use that tool well, if I become a master of the tool, maybe I'll use a different example. I've got a client who's a master woodworker. He uses amazing tools and he uses them in amazing ways. And he can create, because he's become a master of his tools, he can create furniture that is so beautiful. He can create pieces that are unbelievable, that you can hand down from generation to generation, and it's still useful, and it's still beautiful, and it's still helpful to human beings. But that's not because the tools are amazing. It's because my client is amazing. He's become a master of those tools. In the same way, money is not evil or good. It's a tool. But it's a really useful tool. It's a tool that you're going to use every day of your life, most likely. And because of that, what I'd suggest is you become a master of that tool. Coming back to what I said about this friend and I, we've been developing a program for families because I've realized that most families want to learn more about money. They're just kind of afraid and they don't know where to start. And because we don't have a base of it, we're afraid of the things that we don't understand. So this is a course created for families to learn as a family. My friend and I are going to be starting this in about a month from now. So mid to late February 2022, we're going to be rolling out a beta course on this. It's not going to cost any money. We're looking for 8 families, maximum 8 families that want to get involved in this and want to learn a little bit more. We've been asked, do you care whether it's a single parent family or we don't care. We just want to help families. We've been asked questions about how young is too young or how old is too old for the kids. We don't care. Just if you know of a family that is curious, would love to be committed to a program, it's going to be about 10 weeks long. A webinar, live webinar series, then throw them my way. Please contact me through my email, through texting if you've got my number. But find me, markfrentz.com. You'll find a way to contact me. And then let me know whether there's somebody that this would be useful for. The only thing that we're going to ask in return for giving this beta program away that we're trying to help families is we're still in the learning process. We want to make sure that this program is phenomenal. So what I'm going to ask you to do is reach out to people and let them know that we want 2 basic things from them. We want them to be committed. If they commit to this program, we want them to commit to the whole thing. And secondly, that they'll give us feedback. Doesn't have to be all positive feedback. We want the negative stuff. We want to grow. We want to help ourselves. Or I'll say the critical feedback. That we really desperately want that because we want to make this program phenomenal. So if you know a family that would be interested in this, please let me know. Other than that, have a brilliant week. You've got this.